never forget the moment I first heard of the ACE study. I was floored. I was shook to my core that there was this type of research that I had never heard anything about until I was 30 years old in grad school. The ACE study shook me so deeply because it affects 67% of the US population. 67%. I knew as a new therapist that there were so many people hurting from mental health challenges, whether it's just sort of general anxiety or panic attacks or something more serious, well, not necessarily serious, more serious, but serious like addiction or suicidal thoughts. But when I learned of the connection between these early childhood experiences that I knew affected people mentally, emotionally, psychologically, but it had such a direct correlation to the development of lung cancer, heart disease, COPD, life expectancy being shortened by 20 years. I could not believe I hadn't heard of this before. And why isn't everybody talking about it? And why aren't we all doing something about it? So I was really excited when I had the idea to write this week's blog post on the ACE study. I think it shows to validate even more poignantly the importance of healing our emotional, psychological traumas, whether that's big T trauma, like a car wreck or an assault, or little T trauma. Those small, repeated experiences of childhood of not having our emotional needs met, our mental needs met, etc. But we've all experienced those little T traumas. And the ACE study really hones in through just asking a series of 10 questions that explores family dysfunction. And how many of us haven't had family dysfunction, right? Certain types of family dysfunction, emotional or mental neglect, and any type of abuse, whether that be emotional abuse, physical abuse, or sexual abuse. So through the use of this questionnaire, which is something I actually have every client who starts therapy here at Etheridge Counseling Group fills out this questionnaire. It is a wonderful sort of shorthand, quick way to capture some of those experiences that are going to have a profound effect on us as adults, whether it is that mental, emotional way or that physical way. I have a lot of clients who come in with autoimmune disorders. There's a strong correlation between childhood trauma and the development of autoimmune diseases, fibromyalgia, and then through this blog post you'll see also lung cancer, heart disease, among other things. So really cool stuff to know, really cool stuff to be aware of. I think kind of lights a fire under can light a fire under you to really like heal from your traumas, to validate your experiences, to know that they have real physical effects on us. These early experiences have an effect on which genes get expressed. We may have a predisposition in our family for, let's say, some sort of cancer, but it is stress and trauma that might turn that gene on. It's really cool stuff. Even for those who don't really enjoy the science of it, I think I kind of lay it out in a way that isn't sciencey. It's just sort of the facts. Yeah, give it a read. Tell me what you think.